Hey guys, Scott Brewer, head instructor at the Fight Gym in Chagrin Falls, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu black belt, Kodokan Judo black belt, Kuchel black belt. I'm here with Jason. Jason's another Steve Maxwell black belt and head instructor at the Kuchel Academy. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about some details about the trap and roll. But before we talk about the trap and roll, I want to go over a takedown on the feet that I think is very much related to the way the trap and roll can feel when we do it right, or we do it easily. Okay, so the takedown we're going to talk about is basic knee tap, okay? I get my clinch on my guy, typically shoulder in the ribs, good angle here, okay? And I start to use my position to create a little pressure like this, okay? And so as the guy is forced to move, okay, this is a situation where maybe I can start to come here to the leg. What I'm looking for is this. All I'm going to do is stop him from making any sort of adjustment or step, okay? A lot of people try to pull here, okay? And this is very hard, okay? But if I high side him here and he can't step, I get my takedown. This requires no real engagement, I mean very little engagement with my stopping hand, because I'm not worried about pulling it all. All I'm worried about is the moment when he lifts it and he wants to move it, he's going to have to be massively strong to do this outward extension against just my hand stopping and pulling, okay? So here, I make my angle, I put my hand on his knee, and I'm just stopping his knee from moving. There's no real pull. Okay? So, what makes this work? Me using my body to shift his body and me stopping his post from adjusting itself under his new location in space. Okay? This is the idea we're going to use when we do our trap and roll. Okay? When we talk about it from the trap and roll situation, where I'm mounted, what we need is a little motion that I call the shoulder walk, okay? Because obviously when we're on the feet, moving the guy's mass is very easy. It's just, I just walk, right? I get a good angle, I get a good engagement, and I walk. It's natural, it's what I'm comfortable with. When I have a guy mounted, it's a little bit different, okay? So the action is going to be this. And you've seen this in previous videos, we've talked about it. My right shoulder is going to move with my left foot. So my weight is on opposite foot, opposite knee. I do a little pivot on my shoulder, move my shoulder, move my foot, pivot, 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 the itsy bitsy spider, right? Weeble walking across the mat. It's not to the extent of a hip away, it's something smaller. It's just this little motion. And notice that as I do this, I'm not here with my hips on the floor. I have my hips up, I've got my guy off his base so that his hands are on the floor, and now I'm just going to walk. If you can imagine it, it's like I'm turning my body into a wedge that's being constantly driven under the guy's hips so that he's constantly tipped a little bit forward. Okay? So the action is going to look like this. When Jason bounced me, and for whatever reason, he went for his punch, I gave him a little bump, now his hands are on the floor, okay? So from here, I'm gonna just shoulder walk. I'm not trying to move relative to Jason, I'm trying to move Jason, okay? Meaning I'm not trying to wiggle and change my position relative to him. I'm trying to just push his hips. You see what Jason is doing? Can you get your base back? Can you sit back and mount? He's constantly being driven onto his hands. Okay? Not that it's drive, drive, drive. It's just that he's keeping himself up. If he tries to sit back, shift his knees, sit, get your hands up, he can't, right? It's very awkward for him. okay? Now at this point, what most people do is this. They stop and they pull. Even if I pull really hard at good contact with his elbow, good angle, not doing this, it's still hard, okay? So watch what I'm gonna do instead. The same idea as my knee tap. I don't need to pull the post limb. I just need to stop it from moving, okay? So here I am, boom, I'm shoulder walking, and all I need is when he wants to make a step, don't let him, okay? So now my motion is going to be without the guy, if you would. Same as my hip away, or same as my upa. I'm going, if I'm going to go over this shoulder, shoulder walk, shoulder walk, shoulder walk. I'm trapping. Once I get to here, my guy is going. Look, my little change in angle, right? My guy was here. I'm coming a little offset so that my hip can continue to push right on the line he's on. Head is out of the way. My guy's head comes through, and I'm here, okay? So, I bump, I walk, guy's hands are out, I stop. I'm not pulling, walk your hand. Little change in angle, his head falls to the mat, my head is out of the way. Hand can be here, hand can be here, over my shoulder, and here I am up in the guard, okay? So, instead of chasing the arm, struggling to pull it down when it's posted, this is much, much, much easier. It's fighting the guy at the moment his arm is weightless, rather than the moment it's really strong and heavy. And it's using my mobility as a tool for disruption of his position. The really important thing for me when sort of changing the paradigm about in which I'm sort of understanding the trap and roll is there's a difference between thinking I'm escaping the mount, right? Which makes me think about me and moving myself and getting somewhere away from my guy, and thinking I'm claiming the mount. The position, this is not he has top mount on me, this is I have bottom mount on him. How do I use my position to start to influence his body, right? I'm not running away from his mount. I'm reclaiming the mount, okay? So we're gonna move because I move you. When I engage with you, I push you, okay? When I change the weight distribution, right? On me, I'm doing it on you too. I'm not just trying to bump separate from you or squirm and get different height or elevation on you or whatever, okay? So you see right from the beginning this idea of making the mount strong for myself by disrupting the guy's position and keeping him out of his ideal position. So again, if you watch the little demonstration, look at this idea where I'm not pulling his arm to me, I'm walking him over his own arm, okay? So give it a try, let me know what you think. I hope it helps, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.